A little bit of a juicy forecast, and I don't mean sit out in the sun and drink an IPA. Wouldn't that be nice?
Not a juicy IPA. No, it's going to be a little bit problematic on Friday and Friday night because the rain's going to be coming down so hard for so long. There's going to be ponding on the roadways that'll slow down traffic.
Yeah.
Could be some tree limbs down, power outages, that kind of a thing. So yeah, it's going to be a very, very busy time, and that's Friday night especially. Let's start out with this though, a little blast of color.
No, that's nice.
Isn't that beautiful? Tim Sanford sent this in of some beautiful fall foliage down in Wilsonville by Memorial Park. So thank you, Tim, for sending that. Send us your fall foliage pictures. Love showing them. It's turned into a really great fall. And speaking of the falling leaves, we are also seeing ourselves fall back to standard time. Saturday night, Sunday morning, set those clocks back. Also a good time to check the smoke detectors, fire alarms in your home. Make sure those are in good working order and the batteries are operating. The showers offshore have mainly ended now. It's a very active and interesting sky today. Up at Timberline, fog is setting on in because it cleared off a bit. All that fresh snow, about 6 inches in the last 36 hours, and it's down to a crispy 22 degrees right now. And there's a roughly 20-inch base there, which is great. It's going to be a lot more over the weekend, but we will see that snow level climb Friday night before it settles back down and stays low through the weekend. Doppler radar, most if not all of the showers around the northwest have ended after dropping only 0.05 of an inch of rain in Portland, but about 1/3 of an inch up at Astoria, 0.23 in McMinnville. So again, not super heavy rain today. Watches and warnings. The map has gotten interesting because of what we have here. First of all, the blue area in the Columbia Basin, that's a freeze warning for tonight, tomorrow morning. Temperatures dropping as low as 25, so good hard freeze there. And then all these pink areas are winter storm watches for Thursday night and into Friday, mainly above about 5,000 feet. And then in the Seattle area, they're going to get the heavy rain as well. There is a flood watch up for that area highlighted in green. If you happen to be going up to Seattle to Husky Stadium Friday night for the Beavers game, Beavers taking on Washington, it's going to be a wild, wet, and windy affair in Seattle, and the drive up won't be any picnic either, so be prepared for some really wet weather. Okay, high pressure is building in tonight. This is a warm front. That'll keep the clouds in, and so we don't really clear off tomorrow, but we start out dry. We stay dry during most of the daylight hours. Then the super strong jet stream, packing a lot of moisture from the tropics, takes aim, sags out of BC into Washington first, then down into Oregon, and it brings us to heavy rain. So here's what it looks like on the modeling. Not only heavy rain, but strong winds. Look at those wind arrows out of the south and eventually southwest. And this is just the beginning. This is tomorrow at about 5 o'clock. We're just edging into the rain at that time. And then suddenly the map is just lit up with the yellows, the oranges, even some reds showing us the heavy rain. The winds are strong still, gusting to 35 to 45 miles an hour. This is Friday morning. Keeps going through the day on Friday. So it's a lot of heavy rain, and this is what that atmospheric river looks like. It's kind of like a concentrated area of super high water vapor content in the lower atmosphere. Once it hits the mountains of the northwest, we just wring all that moisture out. So our heaviest rain will be Friday night as that sags on down to the south. Now look at the rainfall totals here. This is through 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Really not that much, 0.17 of an inch, about 1/2 inch up at Astoria. But from that time, 11 o'clock time, 24 hours from now, and then through Friday night into Saturday morning, that's nearly 3 inches in the valleys. And this is one of the more conservative high-resolution models here, and it's showing over 6 inches up in the Cascades. So again, that is a lot of water coming down over the next couple of days. So heavy rain, 1 to 2 inches in the valleys. I think we'll accomplish that pretty easily. Strong winds, gusts to 30 to 45. Nuisance flooding, meaning low spots, intersections will get flooded. There'll be slow driving. Make sure your car doesn't stall. And the possibility of down trees, down power lines, even mudslides and debris flows along the mountains, and especially along any burn scars that we have like out in the gorge. So again, it's going to be a day on Friday that we'll need to be watching carefully. Outside right now, it's 46 and it's cloudy. Haven't seen any fog form yet, but we will in the morning where the sky clears. Clearing and cold down the 30s. Rain, windy tomorrow night and into Friday. Warms up on Friday too to 58, but then the temperatures crash down to highs in the 40s again by Sunday and into early next week. If you're thinking about Election Day, because I know you guys are.
Yeah. Of course we are.
All you've been doing for the last 3 months. It looks like it's going to begin to clear out on Tuesday.
You know all those pretty leaves you showed us at the beginning? They're toast.
They're going to get blown out. And you know, that is a little bit problematic though too, because they create more surface area for the wind to work on, and that can actually bring more tree limbs down.
Go out and clear your storm drain too,
Do that
right?
for sure.
Help out.
Thank you, Matt.